Well, hello and welcome to another Daily Dominion. It is Monday, so we have the base set paired with another expansion, in this case, Rising Sun. And we've had quite a few of those. They are usually rather fun, and I would include this one in that series because even though there is a nasty attack in Ninja, there is some fun to be had here. But before we start, maybe a quick heads up, I guess. Yesterday night I had my last World Cup match against Asdraw K-Cap, which is backwards, and let, without spoiling too much, let's say it went quite alright. And I will be editing those videos maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, and will pop them in the pipeline so they will come out the next few days at I think 6 p.m. UTC. And that's enough talking about that. But there were some really sloggy matches, sloggy games in that match, and there were also a few fun ones. Now, let's come back to this kingdom and let me show this to you so you can see that mode is costing 2. It can block attacks, and here the main attack you might want to look out for is Ninja, having you reduce your hand size to 3 cards. And since it's a shadow card, it can be played from the deck and is thus will be seen rather often. There's also Sickness, and Sickness is a prophecy that after 5 Omen cards have been played, and in this kingdom there are 3 Omen cards. We have Rustic Village, Tea House, and River Shrine. So as soon as 5 of those have been played, Sickness will kick in and have us either gain a curse onto our deck or discard 3 cards at the beginning of our turn. So if we are hit with the ninja attack, well, if we want to have any sort of turn, we will need to gain a curse onto the deck. And otherwise, discarding 3 cards, we will end with a 0 card hand. Not very nice. And yeah, as I said, because there are 3 Omen cards, this will trigger rather early-ish. Also, disclaimer, I've already played this kingdom, but I think I've since gained some insights by also thinking about it a bit more. But yeah, it's a rather fast kingdom, and also there is a distinct lack of plus buy. If you look at it, you see that there is not even an event that gives you the buy back, but rather a mass lets you open with action cards costing up to 5, and that's quite fast. But yeah, the kingdom plot reflects that. The gains are what's lacking here. It's really hard to gain more than 1 card per turn. Cards that enable that are, I guess, Bandit, enabling you to gain a gold, and also River Shrine in principle. If you don't buy any cards, then you gain a card during the cleanup phase, and if you play 2 River Shrines during your turn, I guess you can gain multiple cards during that turn. But it's really hard to justify. And apart from that, there's a bit of draw, a bit of thinning. I mean, River Shrine is fine thinning. Library is great draw with Sickness around, because and then also with Ninja around, as it allows you to draw up to 7 cards in hand, no matter what. You need to pair it with a village, but Rustic Village and Throne Room are both fine and good villages, actually. Rustic Village also helping you to cycle a bit, and you certainly can build for something here. You just shouldn't province too late or build for something that isn't there. Like, you don't really need more than 8 money in deck, and that 8 money in deck can probably just come from like 3 or 4 tea houses, and if you then have a throne room, you can also double play those. Now, you do want to weave in a ninja, as it really slows down the opponent, and I think usually you do want to gain a curse, and thus you want to also be playing the River Shrine each turn, and to enable that, you want to make sure that you start off drawing and thinning, and yeah, that's, I guess, the gist of this kingdom. Now, opening wise, what can you do to facilitate this? I mean, a mass pretty much equalizes all of the openings. guess you can psych your opponent by showing some dominance that you have to 5-2, but it really doesn't matter. I think, as outlandish as it might sound, you probably can just open Throne Room River Shrine. It's a bit weird because usually throne room openings are rather bad because, well, what are you going to do if they end up in a lonesome hand? But here, unless they, I don't know, collide with 3 estates and then you only have 1 money, it's quite fine to just pass up on it and just amass again. But if the throne room for some reason collides with the river shrine, you get to trash an extra card and you get to gain an extra card, and that's quite the early tempo. So high rolling for that is, I think, quite a nice play. And you could also open, I don't know, I think it's fine to open River Shrine Tea House, but the Tea House can follow later with some amass stuff. It's important to get in the library at some point. It's important to get in the tea house at some point, because otherwise you're going to have lots of action cards in your deck, and then you're going to have trouble amassing for something to actually hit 5 if you have too many action cards in deck. But also with sickness and ninja around, you might anyways have a turn where you only have 2 coppers and no actions and get to amass. Alright, that was a long introduction, 6 minutes, sorry for that. Let's start by amassing for Throne Room. Let's confuse the AI a bit. Assert our dominance by playing the 5 coppers. And we find the River Shrine here. That's, I guess, not optimal because we even might have the really bad hand of the Throne Room colliding. And this can end our buys. I think we want to put in the Rustic Village, and luckily one of the estate's bottom decks, and thus we can pick up. I guess a tea house could also be a library if it collides with the Rustic Village. This is really good, otherwise this could be really bad. So let's just go for the tea house and add the library here. Our River Shrine again will miss our estates, unfortunately. And AI has also picked up a ninja and is attacking us here. So that's rather annoying. But we at least get to immediately trash out this curse. And I think we should just... maybe... No, this was so bad. I should have thought about this longer. I should have just played the tea house normally and then double played the river shrine, so we can gain 2 cards, but oh well, I didn't. The top card is the Rustic Village, so adding a ninja now is quite enticing. As next turn we will have the Rustic Village in hand, and here we might even just discard 3 cards. This way we will be able to draw a lot with the library, and yeah, I think that sounds quite nice. The throne room can double play the tea house again. This way we can hit 5 to buy another tea house. No, well, then you can't double play the river shrine. Let's see what we'll come up with. Decline that and keep all of those nice actions. I think we actually do want to just double play this tea house, and yeah, probably not the optimal route to go here, but it's all a bit awkward. And also, this is a decision I should have maybe thought about a bit longer, because a throne room might have been better than a tea house there. Oh well, we get to, I guess, discard curse and copper and just double play this, I guess. Or do we want to double play the ninja? No, I think it's fine to end the turn here and just pick up 2 cards costing up to 4. Drawing this library, that is of course is not great, but at least we get to gain Throne Room Rustic Village. And we do find the library once again this turn. So we can safely regain this curse, or gain another curse. Reduce the hand size to cycle a bit further. The throne room on the library is not going to do much except for drawing us 1 more card, which we don't really need. We're quite fine like this, and Yeah, I think this can just play the Rustic Village normally. Then we play the Ninja from the deck, double play this tea house, and double play the River Shrine. And now we're starting to be on our way. We're still not, like, we could start provincing here, but we have those two coppers that we really would like to get rid of. So I think the best course of action is just to add either a tea house or, I mean, it could be a bandit to annoy the opponent a bit, but they don't even have any treasures in their deck, so I think tea house is best. Hmm. And yeah, without with some annoyances with one dodge, we might start provincing just this turn. And I think we play both of those tea houses first. Do we want to double play the Rustic Village? That way, hmm, I don't think so. For now, let's see what we can get with this ninja. This tea house we want to double play, and this means that we will find the library here, and then we can double play the River Shrine to get rid of the last few of our junk cards. And we hit perfectly 8, so unless some really bad dots happen, we will be able to now province for hopefully a few turns. Can cycle those safely as we will get back to them. Play that normally, decline that. Play, I guess, the throne room with the tea house, another throne room with the tea house, it doesn't matter that much. Trash the curse and end our actions. We don't need much more money. And we can discard those two provinces if AI ninjas us. It will probably go for a province itself. Yeah. And yeah, we have the throne room, tea house, and then the library in our hand. So we can just more or less autopilot all of these cards. It really doesn't matter as long as we hit 8 and get to play the ninja and the river shrine. And we don't even need our rustic villages this turn. They are essentially just some safety measure. Oh, but what we can do is try to set up a rustic village on top here, which we didn't manage to. But if we had drawn the province there, we would have guaranteed a rustic village on top. No such luck, but you might as well try. Sorry. And again, a beautiful starting hand. Just get to double play the tea house again, followed by, I guess, the library. And yeah, let's just play this normally, play that, and now play the two tea houses and then try to again do the top decking trick. No, we cannot do the top decking trick. Unless we want to just try to top deck a throne room. No, it won't work because we play the tea house afterwards anyways. So no such luck here, but we are up 24-6. And I mean, AI will probably go for provinces here as well, but it is far out of reach. We do have this library in hand at the start of our turn. Of course, is also pretty great, not going to lie. And we've already double played one of the tea houses, so I guess we're in the same situation as before. We cannot really guarantee trying to top deck a throne room, because if we draw the throne room, then we just top deck a province, which wouldn't be great. So we just pass up, and maybe AI will end its misery. And no, it does not. It doesn't even attack us, so I guess we will do so ourselves and cycle a bit. Yeah, let's find this last tea house. Not even have AI discard another time, but yeah, 36 points in 15 turns. is about the speed I went last time, but like my first playthrough. But there, I think AI ended it after on its 14th turn or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. You can build a quite quite the neat deck here. You can achieve a surprising amount of control. Of course, we were a bit lucky with finding that library on top all of the times and pairing it with, I don't know, Throne Room Tea House or Rustic Villages. Like that might happen that you bottom deck the library or find it only later, especially towards the end when you have more than 2 or 3 provinces in your deck, but nonetheless, especially with the rustic villages, you have some capabilities of cycling, you have some capabilities of trying to top deck them, even though it didn't work out for us. And yeah, just a neat little kingdom. And with that, I think I'll leave you here and we'll try to catch you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.